I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad.
Everybody knows things are bad.
Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job.
But their eyeball fell out.
The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it.
No end in sight.
The air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. And we sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman, because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value. So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I'm going to take it some more.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this edition of the Traveling Political Spotlight. Show title, This One Time at Dan Camp. This one time at Dan Camp. Now, I am pulling over here just for 1 second, right before we start, because as I'm driving, I won't be able to read your comments. Kate is at the controls, I think, doing her thing. But I want to get this. I heard they put a paper bag of dog shit on fire in front of Bilbrey's door, knocked on it, and ran. I should have done that to Dan. Oh, I yelled out the window last night. I was like, Dan! Oh my gosh, folks, let me tell you something. There's only a few of us in here. It's like I've been on so many times. Last 2 days. Everybody's sick of it. The girls were on last night. And hoo-wee, that was a show last night, wasn't it? Catherine and Jamie, and they had that Cassie on. Ooh, she's a talker, isn't she? That was a show. I'm gonna have to watch that in bits and bytes, and then possibly seek counseling. And but no, I am very happy. It was a good show. I want to thank my good friend Dr. Catherine Callahan for guest hosting last night, and it was an important topic that she talked about. I want to thank her guests that she had on, which her guests in no particular order were Cassie. Cassie was the lady that was rather talkative. She is a left-leaning political activist. I don't know exactly what you would call her. I don't know necessarily that she's a commentator. She gives commentary on political shows. She's frequently on the Mouthwash podcast, and she has her own show there, I believe, called Say It Loud or Say It Out Loud, something like that. basically the title of last night's show. So I want to thank her. And then the always amazing Brianna, and her last name's not coming to me. She was on. She's the young woman from Madison County who just started getting involved in the last 6 months. And man, she is a firecracker. She is intelligent. She makes great little shorts and TikToks and memes and things of political foe, and she puts that out there. And she is a whippersnapper, man. She is on it. I cannot wait to see where she goes. I honestly, I hope that she maybe creates her own show, or she runs for office. I know that I know that they're a young family, so she's got a lot of kid stuff and all of that, and that's most important, has to be first. But I would love to have her on more in the future. I would love to have her on as a guest and maybe a contributing person, because she's got a great mind for politics. As Kate said here, she helped stop the malarkey thing from happening in Lapel, and she was single-handedly very instrumental in, I guess not single-handedly. There were other people. Catherine was involved with that, but she was a very big player in that. She's amazing. So that we've talked about Catherine, we've talked about Cassie, we've talked about Bree. Lastly, one of Catherine's guests last night was Jamie Lynn. And I'm going to call her later today. I am so honored that she was willing to come on last night. For whatever amount of time she was on, I'm going to have to watch it. There's been a lot of stuff going on last night, so I didn't get to see the whole thing. But I'm going to have to watch it when I go home. So I am so honored that she took time out of her evening and came on the show. I think it shows how strong she is, how brave she is, how courageous she is. For those of you that don't know or didn't watch, and we're going to get into the politics and we're going to talk about Dan and all this, but this is important. She is a victim. And I don't like that word. She was victimized, rather. Her and her family were victimized by an evil piece of shit. But she is not a victim. That's what I was going to say. She was victimized. Her family was victimized, but they are not victims. They are strong, courageous survivors. She is a winner. She is tough. She was one of the ones that I will, with all due respect, call her. She is a one tough bad bitch. She was a badass, and I am honored. I know I wasn't on, and I didn't get to interview her. Catherine was the guest host, but I am honored that she came on our program and that she was able to do that, because to my knowledge, I don't know, I might be wrong. Maybe she's been on another program before, but I'm not sure. But the fact that she felt like she could come on and talk with Catherine is amazing. So her ex-husband, I don't know if they're actually officially divorced or not. Kate, are they officially divorced? Do we know?
Yes, this is her ex.
Okay, so they are officially. Oh, I can hear you too, thank God. That's wonderful. Okay, so they are officially divorced. So her ex-husband is the absolutely most horrible human being He is a slug. He is a fugitive from justice. And the charges that he is facing, the crimes that he has been charged with, are just horrible. We're talking about child molestation, like I think maybe even the R word, just horrible things, and possession of child pornography, just all kinds of various charges that make this man just a detestable human being. And what's disgusting about him is he was a preacher, and he was an elected councilman, an elected Madison County councilor, and committed these crimes, and was booked into jail and had all of these horrific charges, and got like a $5,000 bail and a $5,000 bond, paid that in a moment's notice, and he's gone. Now, my belief is, I don't listen to all the show, my belief is he is being helped out, and he's being allowed to continue hiding with help from some very important and powerful people in Madison County. And in my opinion, that makes them almost accessories after the fact, yada, 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 whatever. It's very gross. I had timing issues. Yes, sir. Could not have said it better myself. And the award goes to Mr. Stephen Sumner. Absolutely. What's Kate say here? It was incredibly brave of Jamie to come on and speak out about that piece of shit child molester. She wants Steve Sumner brought to justice. Yeah, absolutely. Next year, we don't have an election year. It might be worse. I'd like to go out and hunt him. She said that they have a hard time getting like bounty hunters and bail bondsmen to go looking for him because it was such a low amount attached to him. I'm like, I don't care about that. Let's go rock and rolling. Let's go hunting for child molesters. And with Steve Sumner at the top of the list, I always got my guy. Nobody ever hid from me. I would love to be part of bringing him back in. Okay, so if you want to see that show, that's episode 220. Go watch that last night. But I'm babbling because how brave it was of Jamie to come on. I am very thankful that Cassie came on. Very thankful that Bree came on. Obviously, very thankful that Dr. K did what she did and was a guest host last night. She moved from the contributing correspondent into the guest host category last night. That's the second time she's been a guest host on the program. So I'm very thankful for her doing that. But out of all of that, Jamie Lynn deserves the tip of the hat for coming on last night. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, where are we? What are we doing? What's happening? Why am I not in the Muncie City Council, Muncie department head meeting in a suburb of Muncie called Angola, Indiana? A little suburb just about 125 miles northeast of Muncie, Indiana. Why am I not there? It is 10:48 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, June 8th. As I am saying this, and What? AM.
10:48 a.m.
I always do that. The problem is I'm always on in the evening. I normally am not on in the daytime, and so I do that all the time because I'm used to talking to you guys in the evening. So we're not in some sort of alternate universe. It is 10:49 now a.m. Sorry, and thank you, Kate. So I woke up this morning. First and foremost, I've got to say, the bed in that hotel room was the single best bed I have ever in my entire life laid on. Just all to it. I mean, I get it. I understand why they'd come up here. If all of the beds in that place were that good, no harm, no foul. I'm okay with it. I was trying to figure out how I could get the bed out of the hotel room and into the car with me. I'm telling you, I've never had a bed that amazing. So, got out of bed early, and I know we were originally scheduled to come on at 7:30, but it was not very pretty up here. It was very gloomy. So it was what it was. And I'll tell you, I was just kind of in a funk. Did you strip the bed, see what kind of, I did not, I should have. I wish I would have. That would have been a good idea. I wish I would have done that. Maybe I'll just call and ask them, what kind of beds do you guys use? Do you have Prince Albert in a can? So I milled about and didn't see any of the department heads. Nobody was around. Now, I did receive a message from a source who did confirm that everybody in the meeting last night was an employee. Now, that doesn't mean that's 100% true. I'm just telling you that's what I got. And the person who sent this to me, I don't know. I don't know if I believe them fully or not. And they know that, so I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything that would be like, oh my God, you're telling them you think they're lying? They knew that I'm having a hard time believing that or not. So I don't know. That's just what I was told. I thank them for contacting me and telling me that, but that's what the deal was. From there, we've got a lot to talk about. What do you mean, Kate? Come on here real quick.
I'm in my creepy.
You mean like were they in the room?
No, was was your source in a position to know who was in the meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to see. I'll have to go back once I get home at the computer and I'm looking. I'll be able to look through because I do pan over once, so we'll know. We'll see what happens there. This morning, prior to the meeting, I text Ridenour and I said, "Is this, what's going on?" Kate, can you pull up that overlay? Well, I guess not. We'll have to see. I did send 3 overlays to Kate. She might have stepped away for a second. When she gets back, Okay, here's the first overlay. So I sent this to Dan Ridenour, and it says, "Good morning.
Good morning. We're about 10 minutes
10
out
minutes.
from your
Yeah.
We're about 10 minutes out from your 8:30 meeting. I'm assuming you won't allow me to sit in on that meeting either. Is that assumption correct?
To which Mr. Ridenour responded,
Nuts. Oh,
no, it's the longer one.
The banner's covering it.
Oh,
It appears that we do not have a council quorum, so the meeting is not open to the public.
okay. So that means this morning he said no, that he would not let me come in. It was not open to the public. And so I thought about that for a minute, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to say to him. So I decided to go ahead and I sent back the longer message. And the reason it's black is because in my message, in how my phone works, is it sends in the same green box. But if it's too long, you have to click on it to blow it up. And so there's a two-part message. The first thing I said, Kate, can you read that?
But you could permit it to be open. You could show the citizens of Muncie you're not hiding things. You could help people not think things like you were aware of what Dustin was doing and more or less complicit. You could strive for something a bit higher than the floor. But alas. Oh, one last thing.
Oh, no, hold on. Go back there because you missed the biggest part. But alas, and you can't see it because of the streamer.
No, I'm getting it.
It says, but alas, hashtag, I forget what I wrote. Gotta love the bare minimum.
Sorry, everyone, for the confusion.
No, you're fine.
Pain in the butt sometimes.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I love that because you know how he always writes, gotta love Muncie. So I'm going to start writing, gotta love the bare minimum. And then now go to the next part. And this is going to be a part that we're going to have to discuss. Can you read?
One last thing. Any comment on the EMS employee that the city is getting ready to terminate due to the patient that died as a result of his patient care? I'm guessing he didn't respond to that.
He did not respond. I was thinking that he would respond saying, I'm sorry, we can't comment on that, but he didn't. And I will tell you this. No, I know. I just did that. I just did that on my, I did that on my phone. I wouldn't do it on social media. I just did it when I was texting it because I didn't want him to not understand what I was doing. So I wanted to get in a couple shots when I was talking to him about you could let me in when Dan says, oh, I'm looking around and there are no city councilors here. So unfortunately, this is it's not going to be public. Dan could say, well, it's not a public meeting, but come on. I mean, they only published that it was going to be an open meeting all week long. They continue to have that. You know where I'm driving right now? I get you, Clinton. Hey, listen, I'm not a boomer, but I in mind. Yeah, you're fine, Kate. In mind, boomers are my spirit animal. So I'm actually driving right now. The very first place I'm going to go in Muncie is I'm going to drive to City Hall and take a picture of that sign that is, I'm sure, still up. Oh yeah, I will definitely do that. I'm driving right there right now. I'm driving right there, right now, and I'm going to take a picture and a video of it. I'm sure it's still up. And if that is the fact, man, Dan's a mother. Man, I'm telling you, I am sickened by his lack of, he does not understand interpersonal relationships and communications. You should have seen his mouth quivering. His mouth quivering when he was speaking to me yesterday. When I was telling him that he was a non-transparent mayor and whatever. Oh, okay. Yes. I love that. Listen, anybody, let me ask you. No. Can you tell me what they posted? No. When Kate gets back, I will have Kate pop up. And Kate, are you back yet? She might not be back yet. If or when she comes back, well, oh yeah. Can you share with us the City of Muncie's Facebook page? Apparently they posted something this morning. That'll be amazing. Oh, I could have got it on my other phone, but it's in the back. Well, whatever.
Okay, so
Can you read that for those of us driving?
Yes, I will read because you're driving. City of Muncie, 2 hours ago, the team from Fortified Leads did an excellent job with the first training session yesterday evening. We did a Clifton strengths assessment and gained a much better understanding of how we can best utilize our strengths as a team. And then they've got some like little grid with people's names about their strengths and influencing and relationship building and executing. That's weird. And it's got
Executing?
Yeah, I think that's what it says. Oh, let me blow it up a little more. Executing.
That's weird.
That's a very strange word. People with dominant executing themes make things happen. These themes help people understand the details and know exactly how it should be done. Then they see it through to completion. I'm going to guess that Dan's not listed on here. Oh, there's Dan. Dan. Responsibility, he's got a 4. Belief, he's got a 3. Achiever, a 1 in that. So he doesn't have scores in the Ranger. Consistency. Deliberative, discipline, focus, or you'll have to look at this. This will be pretty funny to go through and like, yeah. And you're breaking up some. Yeah, you're breaking up. Yeah, they posted a spreadsheet of the department heads and the mayor and their rankings for different leadership criteria from yesterday.
Can you hear me now?
It's starting to come back in. Just hit the dead
1 second.
Yeah. That's great timing issues. Oh, and we've lost him completely. So now y'all are stuck with me. That's great. He'll hop back in when he can. Yeah, that's an excellent point, Alan. He couldn't be there because it's private, but they posted the results. Does Shireen's husband, Matthew, have a city job? Is a 1 the best or the worst score? I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't have any kind of explanation that I can see on it. Let's see if they give any kind of, yeah. I don't know. Maybe the Gallup thing, we can do some research and find that out for you. And I want to try doing that while we're live and you're just stuck with me. But if Kristopher comes back, I can see if I can find that.
Do you have me here now?
Oh, there you are. Hello again.
Hello, hello.
So Alan made an interesting point.
Yeah.
You couldn't be there because it's private, but they posted the results.
Yeah, they posted the results.
Yeah. Some people are getting so hung up on the department heads and mayor getting together. That's not the problem. It's how they advertised it and where they did it. That's the problem. Yeah.
Who said that?
Space Cat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yes. That's exactly right. Are there any comments?
Yeah, so there's some comments. Let's switch this to crap. I gotta shrink my thing down so I can see which one. All comments. So first comment, Ross Gates.
Yeah.
It sure was necessary spending all this taxpayer money for this. And there was a couple replies to that. They really needed to learn about each other outside of work because God forbid they do it on the job while they're all working together.
Yeah.
You're right. This is so embarrassing. And then why isn't the city clerk on the list of people who attended?
Who wrote that?
Cody Straffen.
Yeah, okay. Is that all?
I probably completely butchered that last name. I'm so sorry. Strahan?
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that person. What's interesting to me is these same department heads have, other than Patricia Goddard, have been working together for the last 5 years. They're acting like this is a new administration. This is not a new administration. These people
they've never met each other.
Yeah, right.
Or had to work together to do anything. Well, considering they don't actually finish anything, I suppose that could be true, Kristopher.
Yeah, that is true. I think it's hilarious what the mayor's score was on all of that. I can't wait to look through all of that. I can't wait to have our official, everybody. People don't realize what a professional organization we are. We have lawyers on staff. We have an official engineer, a political spotlight engineer, and a graph reader. I can't wait until our official graph reader sees this and breaks down everything. This is so disappointing. It's like Space Cat said, and it's like Gates said on that thing. The bottom line is, Gates didn't say it. I guess just Space Cat. Here's the thing. Dan Ridenour has a Monday morning meeting. I believe they have meetings on Monday, and I believe they have meetings on Wednesdays. They definitely have Monday morning meetings. And we're not welcome to those, and I'm perfectly okay with that. That's like someone saying, this elected official's not letting me on their private Facebook page. Listen, if they are only taking pictures of their wife and their kids and their family time and flowers and their dogs, you have no right to that Facebook page. I would never, like, for example, I'm currently suing the Henry County Sheriff for a violation of my First Amendment rights, and I'm standing up for a bunch of other people's as well. He also has a John Sproul's Facebook page that I have no desire to be a part of. I have no desire to be a part of that page. I apply that here the same way. Dan has the right to meet with his department heads and to go over team building and so on and so forth. He has to understand that number one, oh man, there's so much going on here. First of all, everybody is going off of his put together agenda. If someone Clinton Space Cat is a real life person. We have a lot. Obviously, well, because we used to talk about Clinton being a bot. Clinton's got a real name on there, and he is a bot. So, that's hilarious. Anywho, the thing is, Dan said long ago, I hate when people get partial information and they assume. Well, okay. Yep, me too. That's why you need to be the person that puts out the information. Quit trying to control what you put out. Put it all out. Put it all out. You ran on communication. You ran on accountability. You ran on these things. You ran on transparency. So transparency only when legally required. The only difference, can you read that to me, Kate? It's too much for me to read.
So transparency only when legally required. The only difference between whether you were able to attend is the number of counselors in attendance. Complete bullshit.
Absolutely.
That's from Brando.
Yeah, absolutely. That's very true. And the thing is, that's like I told him. I was like, you have the ability to let me in. I drove up here, man. We got a room.
Also from Brando, dude, that was posted as a public meeting up until the day of. I'd let him know you'll be talking to a lawyer.
All right, so the thing is, number one, I'm going to reach out to Luke Britt tomorrow, or on Monday rather. tomorrow, Sunday. I did send an email, but I'm going to be calling Britt because I don't like what Dan said. Dan's like, oh, he said you didn't get all of the email. Listen, he might be talking about Nora. I'm sorry. I'm not Nora. I can't control what Nora sent. I know what I sent, and I know what I talked to Britt about. What I talked to Luke Britt about was the fact that the agenda was posted. He posted the agenda. He had invited all of the council members, and that they were calling it a public meeting. Listen, he posted and called it a public meeting before all of the councilors even RSVP'd. So he called this thing a public meeting even before all of those people did any of that. What if the other citizens come up there, spent money on gas, or booked rooms based on public meeting sign? Yeah, right. Well, that's what's funny is, what if 3 other people would have done that? You know, it's easy to be like, well, it's just Bilbrey. Oh, can you read me what Charlize wrote?
I asked Shireen that
Sorry,
very
Kate.
thing. Her response was, well, then they jumped the gun early by making reservations. If citizens had booked a room, then they jumped the gun by making reservations. Not when it's posted as a public fucking meeting.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me we wouldn't have been able to know until 5 p.m.? So think about this. That's the problem with this being in Angola. If they're going to do this in Muncie, all right, let's pretend they did this in Muncie, and they won't let us in the gate, let us inside, unless a quorum shows up. If we find out if the meeting was going to start at 5 o'clock, and I'm sitting at my house, and at 5 o'clock I find out the 5th council person went, it takes me 5 minutes to get to City Hall. Boom, I'm there. But if I had to wait until 5 o'clock to find out if this was going to be a public meeting, to then drive up here, it would have taken me till 7:30 to get up here. So my thing is, Clinton. Yeah, that's right, Kate. So, look, the bottom line is, I'm not mad. This is what I expected. This is the government that we have. Well, that's the thing. It's not a quorum means a body of enough of the body of councils that can make a decision. So a quorum is anything over 50%. So we've got 9 council members. A quorum would be 5. In a place where you have 3 commissioners, a quorum is 2 or more, obviously. When you have 5 council members.
I think the point that
3 to 4.
GW is trying to make is that Dan said it didn't matter if all 9 of them came because they weren't having any business. It was just team building. So it didn't matter. The open door policy wasn't anything that could be enforced because it wasn't actually a meeting. It was just team building. And Luke Britt said, nope, that is not the case. It's a quorum.
Well, yeah, here's the thing. Yeah, that's right, Kate. Here's the thing. Then I have to say, what was the agenda that you put out? You might throw in some team building bullshit in the middle of an agenda, but we have the agenda. It's also the government the majority of voters reelected. Yeah, I know. I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bottom line is, I'm not shocked. I had somebody ask me if, I hate that I wasted my time. I didn't waste my time. This was not a waste of time. This was exactly what I thought it would be. I did exactly what I thought would happen. Yeah, that I like it, Clinton. I understand where you're coming from. There's just a whole lot to this. So I wanna give everybody kind of a rundown on what's happening. So because of how things have happened, we have. I would have went to jail. Alva, here's the thing. There is definitely a time and a place for me going to jail for the political cause and for standing firm on my rights. I am willing to do that at any point. But I do know bottom line, them doing this just continues to show the problem. It continues to show who they are, how they go about things. I get that, Alva. I definitely understand that. And listen, I am too. It's taken me time to calm that down. I'll be honest. If you watched the video yesterday when I'm in the hotel room, and I was talking to you guys about being sick at my stomach, I had that anxiety. I had that building. I had what that was there was anger inside of me because I knew what was going to happen. And here's the other kicker. Number one, I knew what they were going to do. Okay? I knew what Dan was going to do. I knew how they were going to act. I knew I just knew how it was going to go down. And that just instantly pissed me off. I knew that it was going to be a joke, that it was just going to be proving more of the same. And what it is what it is. So that's just how that goes. Today I knew it was not going to be any different. So I was sitting in that room choking down the bullshit and telling myself, you just got to be calm, you got to be cool, you just got to make them look like the fools, make them look out, stupid. And that's what that was. And it bothers me so much. Yeah, you're right. That's perfect. That's perfect. Right, GW. I did not want to be right. And I didn't want to have to swallow the bullshit. I didn't want to have to be nice. I wanted to flip the table over and punch Craig Wright and push Dan down and be like, you know what? Screw you guys. This is not what you ran on, Dan. But I calmed that down. I will neither confirm nor deny. We are in the Delaware. I have just crossed the line into Delaware County, Indiana, into my home county, and I will neither confirm nor deny. Man, listen, I'll tell you what, GW. I tell you what. No, I don't think that he is. I don't think that he is Dennis Tyler 2.0. And I've really been giving consideration to this. I've really been thinking about this. Dennis's problem was that he had an employee that was a full-time employee. Now, follow me here, because this is going to be comical. Dennis's problem was he was a mayor who had a full-time employee who also was turning in invoices as a contract employee for doing work that he shouldn't have been doing, and or turning in invoices for made up work. Very similar to Dan, who has an employee who was a full-time employee who also was turning in invoices for work that he really shouldn't have been doing or wasn't, whatever, and possibly work that didn't exist. Very same. The other aspect is Dennis apparently did that crap with $5,000. Still a kind of a weird deal with what they're saying. Dennis paved roads. Dennis finished projects. I'm a conservative. I'm a common sense, constitutional, conservative, right-leaning libertarian. I would rather have Tyler than this. Tyler would have let me sit in that meeting. I'll take that. I'll take that, GW. You know, I'll be really honest. What he is he's Dan Megalomaniac.
Charlize has some good comments here.
What, can you read them?
Former mayor, too trusting with the wrong person.
You're trying to get still.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, say it again.
Former mayor, too trusting with the wrong person.
Yeah.
Current mayor, only trusts those who blindly follow him.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's good. That's
Yes,
exactly
very,
right.
very good.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Well, I'm going to tell you, not Charlize is here. Shireen, Mama Wagley, picked her phone up and started recording me and Dan talking. She's going to be shocked as hell when I file a record request and say I want a copy of that video. So, whatever. I'm pretty sure she probably also shared it amongst people. She probably also shared it in groups. So it is what it is. But I'm so disgusted, folks. I'm going to have to take some time. There's a lot of stuff I want to say about this, but I'm just now like living it. So I'm going to tell you, someone told me yesterday, some people think I'm the mole. Do you work with them? Do you work for the administration? You probably are a mole. You probably secretly work for them, and you come here and you tell them stuff about me. You're a double agent. Comical. So, just to let everyone know, here's what's going to happen. So, I've received. I'm sure we could get you on the payroll, Charlize, for something. So, here's what we're going to do. Because this is just day 2, video 1. Because it's over, I'm just going to kill out the day 2, video 2, day 2, video 3. I'm just going to delete those. So there will be no more videos. This will be the final video of this one time at Dan Camp. Then we will be off this evening because it's not just been a vacation. Like, I've been working and doing shit, you know. So I'm going to have my Saturday night. We'll let you guys have your Saturday night. And then we will be back on tomorrow. Is Sunday. It's already time to go back to work already. Can't even believe it. We will be on tomorrow with a regular episode 221 at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we'll break all of this down. It'll give me a chance because I'm just kind of talking and thinking in between. This is just kind of rambling and stuff. So, will there be I'm going to tell you, that's what I was in the process of saying. I'm going to, I've already sent an email to Luke Britt. And he's good about getting those. I could get a response. I might have a response from him now. I haven't checked my email. I sent one last night. Monday, I will reach out and talk to him. Depending on what he has to say, would bolster that idea or would lessen the idea. Right now, I'm at the 50-50 line. But I need to hear some thoughts from him. Now, he's not the end-all, be-all. He could say, no, I don't think that this is good. And I could talk to an attorney, and the attorney could be like, oh, yeah. And that would be that. So I'm going to talk to Luke on Monday, and then I'm going to talk to my attorney I'm going to talk to two different attorneys. I'm going to talk to my attorney with the Sproles deal and ask him his thoughts. And then I'm going to talk to another friend of mine who, honestly, in my opinion, I think is like someone, I think it is quickly becoming like the show consigliere. He's becoming the staff attorney. I don't know if he would like that, but I'll have to find out. I used to have a guy that was like the show attorney. That was his deal. That's just, well, I mean, he did other work, obviously, but he would, anytime I needed a document written up, he would do it. He'd be my go-to guy. But we had a great imploding of understanding and ideas and friendships. So we drastically went. We rode that horse as far as we could ride it, and then we had to put it down. So we've been floating without a staff attorney for a while. So it's maybe time to pick one up. Although attorneys aren't very trustworthy. So no, I'm kidding. What I meant to say was attorneys are assholes. No, that's not what I meant. What I meant to say is nobody likes attorneys. No, you know I'm joking. So hit that like button. Do smash the like button. Very, very important. Smash that like button. Hit the subscription button if you have not. It costs no money. Dude, there's nothing in this world doesn't cost something. But it costs you nothing. If you're not a subscriber, do become a subscriber now. Subscribe, hit the bell, set up your notifications. We are live 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Boom, bang, pow. Just like that. Just like that. Boom, bang, pow. 5 nights a week, Sunday through Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And then a lot of times we've got shit that pops up also on Fridays and Saturdays too. And Sundays in the day and Mondays in the... So, that's why you need to be a subscriber and hit the bell. But don't leave this show without liking it. Judge was always free for me, oddly enough. I hear you. I hear you. All right there, folks. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope if you live in the city of Muncie, I hope if you voted for Dan Ridenour for re-election. Look, folks, I understand voting for him in 2019. I do, because we were sold on something different. But if you voted for Ridenour for re-election, I hope you're kicking yourself in your backside. I hope you kick a hornet's nest. I hope a mole eats up your yard. Because he's horrible. He's horrible. Yes, folks, we are 77 away from 1,000 subscribers. And now I've said on this program a lot, subscribers is nothing. I can have 0 subscribers and still it's not the subscribers that matter. It's the amount of views and hours watched. That's what counts. But having likes, having subscribers, those are things that allow the algorithm to push us into higher shows and does shit. So we want to get to 1,000. I think we get like a wooden play button for 1,000. You get like a wooden play button. So I can't wait to get our play button made out of popsicle sticks. So They say after you get to the first 1,000, the million comes right like that. I hope they stub their toes. I hope you stub your toes, all 7 of them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful Saturday. The mayor of Muncie sucks. The city of Muncie is in a shithole way, and I'm sorry for it. I don't know. What I want to know is, I don't know what I want to know. We will see you tomorrow at 9 p.m. That is Sunday, the 9th, June 9th. It's today the 8th. Yeah, Sunday, June 9th, 2024 at 9 p.m. Eastern, right here at the Political Spotlight for Kate and Brandon. It's Kristopher Bilbrey saying sayonara. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and goodbye.
Get off my couch. Zoe!
Get off my couch!
I sound like Dan. Get out of my ear.